Hey everyone, it's Anthony Carboni talking to you from the past. We are only doing 2 episodes a week until June 15th. We're going to do Monday and Wednesday episodes, no Friday, because I am on my honeymoon. Or I will be on my honeymoon. Or I went on my honeymoon.
Time travel's hard.
It's hard to speak from the past. I think I've read more about these backpacks and what backpack I'm going to get than any legitimate subject in my life.
Do you feel better about that?
No, I feel horrible about myself, and I still don't know what backpack I'm going to get. This is We Have Concerns. Hi, Jeff Canada.
Hi, Anthony Carboni.
Hello, concerned citizens.
Running.
It's for dicks.
We've talked about it a lot. I'm of the opinion it's not for dicks.
That sounds like something a dick who runs would say.
But if we're talking about running being for dicks, if I grant you that, which I'm not entirely comfortable granting you, but if we are.
You don't have to grant me it. It's like that Neil deGrasse Tyson quote about science. You don't have to believe it. It's true.
Well, if it's true,
and
then
it is.
King Dick is a guy named Dean Karnazes.
Sounds like a dick.
This is an article that was sent to us by Bilbo Sexy Hobbit.
Once again, I still feel weird every time you say it.
I know, but he sends such good stuff.
He really does.
You can't not say it. Bilbo Sexy Hobbit. He sent it into our email over at wehaveconcernshow@gmail.com. You can also use our subreddit at wehaveconcerns.reddit.com. This is an article about this guy, Dean, who has a very interesting condition. Now, most people, when they run, hit what is called the lactate threshold, and all their muscles start hurting, everything feels terrible, and you want to stop.
Yeah, your body makes lactic acid, and that kind of helps your muscles grow and heal when you break them apart, when you break the fibers apart. And it's also a warning to your body, hey, Dick, you've overworked your muscles.
Right. Dean Karnazes, or Karnazes, or whatever it is.
Just say Dean.
He doesn't get that.
What do you mean he doesn't understand it? I just explained it.
No, he understands it.
Okay.
He doesn't need to understand it. It doesn't happen to his body.
He doesn't have any lactic acid in his body?
Evidently, he can run forever. He has a strange condition that...
We know because he just took off and no one's seen him since.
At least that's what his wife said.
She said he said he could run forever. He said he has to try it. He was given a power. He was given a gift. And he had to live his life the way it was intended, and he just ran away. And it was 18 years ago, and the kids are grown.
I still love him.
I still love him. And one day, when he circumnavigates...
And in fact, I'm reminded of him every day when I see that guy who looks remarkably like him but has a beard.
Yeah.
Who lives 2 streets over.
And, there's this one time I asked him, I said, hey, are you my ex-husband, Dean?
And he just started running.
And he did. Haven't seen him ever again either.
So evidently, it's not that he doesn't create lactate. It's that he just clears it out of his body much faster and more efficiently than any other person.
Okay.
So he never experiences any of the discomfort or unpleasantness that you and I would feel from running, which you feel in like 45 seconds into a run.
It's a mental anguish. There's a mental anguish that kicks in long before any sort of muscle fatigue or pain. It's basically from the moment I lace up my shoes, my brain is groaning.
Yeah.
I tie a knot and my brain just goes, for like 20 minutes until I'm done running.
I don't think that's lactic acid. I think
that's what I'm saying. I don't know that I've ever, maybe I don't create lactic acid either.
You just would never
I've
know.
never run long enough to know because running sucks. So he's running and he doesn't create enough of the lactic acid to create pain, but can he still, like, his muscle still heals normally? He still builds muscle normally? Everything's fine?
Evidently. It says that he...
Fuck that guy. Why does he get that?
It's crazy. He's the Flash. He's some sort of Superman.
Does that mean he could do that, like, weightlifting and stuff, too?
I guess.
Is this guy cut? Does it have a picture of this guy? Is
he
fucking
has
cut?
he has no body fat. He's very cut.
Fuck you, Dean.
Well, he found it out when he was a child. I guess he ran some sort of charity event.
Ran over an old woman.
No, that's
in his
only
car.
you. That's only what you do.
And she said, "You will never feel muscle pain." And it was a weird curse because it's not really a curse.
It's not.
That's the thing with these sorceresses. Is when
Gift, more of a gift than a
when you
curse.
hit them, they don't really know what's going on, and in their confusion, they give gifts instead of curses.
At least that's your hope.
That's my hope. That's why I hit old women in my death Yaris every day.
I'm telling you, it's a bad plan.
I don't
It's
know.
a bad plan.
Hasn't caught up with me yet.
So evidently he found this out when he was young, and he did this charity event where these people were running laps, and some people ran like 15 laps, and they were doing really good, and he ran 105 laps.
Now, wait a minute. Let's talk about the cardiovascular system. Every human being has a cardiovascular system. What's up with Dean's cardiovascular system?
It's
Why is
pretty
he
awesome.
not running out of breath?
Well, he's not running fast. It's just endurance.
Yeah, but eventually, even if you're jogging slowly, you can't just jog forever and not get tired. It's more than walking. It's an elevated level of activity. Does he just not get tired?
Evidently not. He has run for 3 days straight without stopping, and the only reason he stopped is because he was falling asleep.
Wait, he also can just not sleep for 3 days? What the fuck is this guy? This headline is burying the lead. This headline is like, man can run because it doesn't hurt him. No, this guy is either an
undead
alien.
vampire
Yeah.
who participates in marathons.
This is fucking crazy. Yeah.
Undead vampire stealing our medals.
Zombie wakes up, runs forever. Is what that headline is. Fuck this guy.
Yeah, it's pretty insane. He has done some of the most incredible events human beings can do. He did a marathon in negative 20 degrees Celsius.
Now,
on the South Pole.
Shut up. No, you shut up because he still has to feel cold. What is going on with this guy?
I don't know, man. He's a superhero, I think. I think he's a superhero.
This is like Here comes dude. Where do all these shitty journalists meet? Where do all these shitty journalists meet
that don't give us all the info we want?
Yeah, that don't.
That's a good question.
Put a great headline.
We run into that more often than not on this show.
I love how every time we're in an article, we're like 3/4 of the way down the article before like the real good shit happens.
Yeah.
Like, what are you talking about? This guy doesn't feel cold. He doesn't feel tired.
Yeah. He doesn't need to sleep.
He doesn't get shortness of breath.
Yeah. He's a superhero. You want to hear the most fucked up part of this entire article?
Captain America exists is the headline.
Yeah. An interesting experiment would be to see if his brother has the same qualities.
Don't tell me he has a twin brother.
He has a brother.
It's not a twin. Tell me it's not a
twin.
Thank God. Because if it was a twin, I would have murdered whoever wrote this article. I would have murdered the shit out of them.
This is literally the last sentence of the article. It would be interesting to see if we did this test on his brother. No one has thought to do that that's the first thing you do.
Yeah.
But then the quote from Dean is, yeah, my brother plays competitive volleyball, but that's about all the exercise stuff he does. He's never really seen if he can run forever like I can. What?
Also, way down at the end of the article is the fact that nobody's ever seen his birth certificate. And and his parents said that he was born on the night of the meteor shower.
Also, he has no pupils in his eyes. And he has a faint glow everywhere he walks.
This reporter was poking him with sewing needles under his fingernails throughout the entire interview, and he didn't seem to notice.
Yeah. That's if Superman was actually real, the news stories about him would be so stupid, and it would be like
It would be like man can see something 3 blocks away pretty clearly.
Yeah.
Oh, he was also hovering 15 feet off the ground at the time, and he did seem to punch a rocket right into space.
Man heard me whisper. Headline. Man heard me whisper in other room. And then later on you find out
He can also burn things with his mind.
Also, 37 thugs were attacking a town square, and they all got beat up in 1/2 of a second.
Do you know what sucks for Dean? Here's what sucks for Dean. You cannot get out of helping somebody move if you're Dean.
Oh, there's a lot of things you can't get out of.
You can't do it.
Yeah.
You can't get out of it if you're Dean. It's like, dude, I'm really hoping you can help me move this weekend. I've got like some furniture and stuff and like...
Yeah.
I mean, I'm going to do it later in the evening, so it doesn't like whatever you're doing during the day doesn't really matter. You can come over whenever. I know you don't really sleep.
No, I know, but I can't lift heavy things.
No, I mean you don't. You don't get tired when you lift
true, I
heavy
don't.
things. So I thought, like, if you were there helping, it would go really fast because most people get tired. But if you were helping me,
But I live
it could
like
be
47 miles from you.
yeah. But you've run that. You ran that today. You ran over here.
That's true. I did.
Like you ran to my house. You're
I
here.
know. Yeah. But
Look,
all right, I'll fucking help you move. Dude.
awesome. By the way, I need you to pick me up from the airport next week.
I don't have a car. You know I don't have a car.
I'm getting on your shoulders.
All right.
You know it doesn't matter.
Hop up.
Like you can't get out of shit if you're Dean.
Yeah, no, you can't. And your wife always gets to use the car.
Always.
She always gets the car.
Always. It's like, but you know, I've got a meeting like in an hour, 15 minutes away. So an hour,
Yeah,
15 minute
you better
car
start
ride.
running, shouldn't you, Dean? Go start running now.
But I don't want to get like all sweaty and
You don't.
stuff.
You don't get sweaty ever, Dean. And I don't appreciate it. I need to use the car potentially. So I think you should just start your day.
Potentially. Because it doesn't matter. Because it doesn't matter if she does or if she doesn't.
Right.
Because you don't need it, Dean.
You don't
need it.
Stop being so selfish, Dean.
Yeah. Zombie apocalypse happens. Dean has the first 13 watches. We'll sleep in shifts. Dean will sleep next Thursday. He's also maybe one of them.
He's also.
This is a mixed bag, really. All of us going to sleep in his presence.
Yeah, are we
It
gonna
could
trust him? Are we
backfire.
going to trust him with our lives? I don't know. I don't think
And they
we
have
should.
no idea what makes this guy this way, other than he doesn't like. Because all they really said is he doesn't make lactic acid.
Well, he does. He just gets it out of his body, his system quicker than most. And he's convinced that it's not just a genetic trait, that it's all sort of his diet and exercise, which I find to be horseshit.
Oh no, he's one of those.
Yeah, it's like, I'm not special. I'm no different than anybody else.
Yeah.
Yes, I was born on Krypton.
That's
but
like-
I'm not
yeah.
any different than you.
That's when like insanely attractive people get more successful than other people.
Yeah.
And they're just like, I just worked really hard for this. It's like, did you? Like, did you though?
Yeah.
Like, I don't doubt that you worked hard. Like, Dean is clearly running marathons. He's working hard.
He is.
But like, did he have to work as hard as everybody else?
I don't think he did. I
don't
think
think
he
he did
did. I
either.
think he's because he's got his little Dean body.
Yeah.
Doing what a Dean does.
That's all I'm saying. That's all I'm saying. There's a nature versus nurture thing obviously going on everywhere.
Hey,
Like,
you know how we can find that out? Maybe we should test his fucking brother.
hey, science, stop telling me that Superman exists and start telling me why. Start experimenting on Superman.
Yes!
Just like Pa Kent tried to stop.
Listen, tell me what I need to sign to make us forcibly enter this guy's home, put him in shackles, haul him away into a lab, and begin to experiment
You
on
can
him.
probably cut him open and he'll heal right up. You won't even know.
If you can cut him open.
It's like Superman. It's like Superman trying to cut his own hair. Everything is just like Superman trying to cut his own
all
hair.
science is Superman cutting his own
That's
hair.
all it is, man. That's all it is.
Yeah.
This is okay. What kind of diet does Dean have? What's the Dean diet? This motherfucker's gonna be on Dr. Oz in a month talking about this. So I want to know.
Diet.
Yeah.
He has a low fat, high vegetable diet. It's all the bullshit.
Me too. And I'm
Exactly.
5'8" and I'm not in shape at all. So fuck off, Dean.
I agree. Fuck off, Dean. That's why we need to be experimenting on him. Listen, I'm all for civil liberties.
But we need to experiment on human beings whenever and however we choose.
They're different from us,
Yeah.
and potentially better. Let's kill them and find out where their power is stored.
The end goal is not necessarily killing them.
Oh, no.
If they die in the pursuit,
Right.
well, shit, that happens, doesn't it?
Well, luckily we have another one in the form of his brother.
Yeah. And then if we run out of those two, I mean, we're shit out of luck, but I feel like we'll get some good data before that.
I agree. We should be able to recreate it based on 2 samples.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Should be fine. All I'm saying is if I see somebody on the street and they look like they need to be experimented on, I should have that right as an American.
I agree. We should be able to designate someone who should be experimented on. Would you want to be able to run forever, Anthony? Would you be able to want to never
I've been trying.
tire?
I've been running all my life.
You know what? You're not running from your problems.
I'm like Bill Bixby or David Carradine. Or whoever that actor is from Pet Sematary, who was also Darian Lambert on Time Tracks. But he wasn't really running from as much as he was running to. You get what I'm saying.
Yeah.
I'm one of those. I'm a lone wolf.
He talks about how he gets blisters and there are problems,
Yeah.
but he doesn't ever tire and he will never stop.
Sounds like perfect people problems.
You do not want to give this guy a bad breakup.
I'll tell you this, as
'Cause
somebody,
he will never leave you alone. He never stops.
I think Dean doesn't care.
You got bigger fish to fry.
Yeah. The one thing about Dean that's underdeveloped, his heart. His heart. As somebody who's been trying to get into better shape and get back into shape over the last few months, fuck yeah, I wish I was Dean. I wish I could do that.
Okay, so yeah, he's in a great shape. Now this is a common
Would
refrain.
I use his powers the same way he uses his powers? No. Absolutely not.
Right.
Fuck
But
that.
Is there something? I know this is a common refrain that I go back to a lot, but is there something in the difficulty of something
No.
that makes it better?
Meh.
Like the fact that you have to overcome muscle pain to
Whack.
do something impressive, and Dean can just run 105 laps and be
Whack.
like, "Oh,
I'm a cartoon duck and I don't care about what you're saying. Whack.
okay." Sounds more like the penguin to me, but I'll give you that.
I'm a cartoon duck and I don't care what you think about my duck quack. Whack.
Easy doesn't steal anything away from it.
There are some things in my life that I want to work for, and there are some things in my life that I don't want to work for. I would like to think that I've gotten whatever professional success, or I've gotten because I worked for it. I would like to think that my interpersonal relationships with the people that I love are because I work at them.
Well, it sounds like
as
all the
far
things
as
you
my
value.
fucking abs, I don't value abs. I just want abs.
That's
I
right.
shouldn't have to value them. There's nothing in working for abs that's gonna make me better. You know what would make me better? Abs. That's what would do it. I don't give a shit about all the crunches you got to do to get abs. I just want them.
Just give me the abs.
Give me them abs. I'm not gonna be like, I'm real proud of these. How much work I did for these abs. Nobody says that. You know what they say? They say, look at my fucking abs.
Yeah. So your philosophy is no pain,
All gain.
Yeah.
No pain, all gain. That's my philosophy.
I don't know. I feel like the fact that you value those things and you want to have worked for them, it's just because you don't value the other things.
Yeah.
But if you put value in them, you would want to have to work for them, right?
I don't know.
Value, intrinsic in value is difficulty.
Like money, I wouldn't want to work for money. I'd like to just be rich.
Well, okay, we're agreeing on that.
I'd like to
You
be
just
rich.
handed me
Yeah, I'd like to just be rich and attractive. And I'd like to not
a
work.
pile of money on
Yeah.
a plate of abs.
Yeah.
I would take that.
Whose abs?
And any abs.
Like
Let's
just
take them.
And are the abs connected to anything, or are they
No,
just?
it's just a plate of
It's
abs.
just human abs.
A giant pile of money on a plate of human abs.
Now, what if the giant pile of money was on the top of like a 13-foot hill made of dismembered human abs?
You had to
and you had to
abs?
climb you had to climb all of those human abs to get the money.
If I put my hand on the ab, does it like sink in deeper to farther?
I mean, a little bit, because it's just like layers and layers of abs. Would you climb? How
much money is on there?
How much money would it take?
To make me climb disembodied human abs?
Yeah, like 12 feet of abs.
Well, this is a question that people have struggled with for a long time.
Sure, Confucius.
Yeah.
Sartre, Bartholomew, like all of the great, like Nietzsche, all of these people.
In fact, I have a friend who minored in human ab
Francis
bile
Bacon talked
in
about this a
college.
lot.
Yeah. It's
Sir Thomas Aquinas,
I think I would have to be able to
Bobcat Goldthwait.
get at least, I don't know, like 1350 on the top of the ab pile.
That's all it would take, $1,350 to make
Oh no, I meant like $13.50. Enough to get like gas.
enough
home.
enough to get my clothes dry cleaned after they were covered in abs and blood. That's all it would take.
I mean, I
I'd
think
do it for the experience.
It's just to be able to say I climbed the mountain of abs.
I've never climbed a mountain of human abs. I'd like to see what it's like.
Have you been up Ab Mountain?
It's become so touristy. It's not the same experience it used to be.
It isn't.
Plus, the 1350's gone. It's just a plate up there.
It's just a plate of empty.
People just keep scratching their initials into it. It's disgusting now.
Everybody takes selfies up there.
People don't respect our national parks. No, I don't want to work for what Dean has. I want to just have it. I don't think he's worked very hard. I mean, I think he works. I think he runs. But here's the thing. Like, he runs and it doesn't hurt him. So he just keeps running. It's easy. If I could go to the gym and just do all the stuff I do at the gym and not really be thinking about it because it doesn't hurt,
Yeah.
boy, that'd be great.
I guess.
And I'd still be like, look at my sweet abs. Nothing would change, Jeff. Once again, we've proven that hard work doesn't matter. Good night,
Is that what we
everyone.
proved?
That's what we proved, day in, day out.
I would like to hear what other people think about this. People can say what if they think if hard work and difficulty is intrinsic to the process of feeling good about something.
Clearly isn't. I think Dean feels great about himself. But you can let us know what you think on Twitter. I'm at @acarboni.
I'm at Jeff Canada.
And you can just hashtag that meteor.
Ab Mountain.
And you can just hashtag that ab mountain. Also, hey, did you know that if you go to wehaveconcerns.com/shop, you could buy t-shirts? Not just any t-shirt. It's not just you just go and it's like an I'm with stupid t-shirt or anything. It's t-shirts that we did.
Yeah, it's our t-shirts. 2 of them, in fact. One that is really cool that says Team Dad Joke on it.
And
then a stupid other
And then
one.
a really cool one
Really stupid
that
other
says no dad jokes. And we do keep track of how many of each one sells, and there is a little bar that lets you know. And right now, stupid people are winning. And I can't control that. Only you guys can control that.
I think it speaks volumes, is what I think.
About the amount of stupidity in the world. Did I just call everybody who gave us a ton of money stupid?
You did. But I still love it.
Clearly, once again, I do not value anything, including hard work and people. Wehaveconcerns.com/shop.